We're going to see how to put this end cap on an extension cord. We cut one off of a non-working vacuum cleaner with a 3-prong plug, so we're going to put this on and turn that cord into an extension cord. So first we'll turn our soldering iron on here. So first we'll take our receptacle end apart here. And we open it up like this. And inside you'll see a brass terminal, which is your live wire, a silver terminal, which is your neutral, and a green, which is your ground. So we will take the cord here that we cut off of a non-working vacuum cleaner. We'll score the outer jacket here like that, bend it back and forth like this, get our conductors showing here. We'll get our wires out exposed here. Here in the country I was born in, your black is live, your white is neutral, and your green is the ground. So we'll strip our conductors, and we'll strip them the same length here. We'll twist our strands together here. Okay, we're going to use some flux here. We're going to tin our wires. So I'll get them in the flux here. This is flux designed for electronics and electrical soldering. And we're going to use rosin core solder, which is designed for electronics and electrical. Clean our tip, tin our iron, and we'll tin our wires. See how I get a nice flow through? See how the flux makes that solder flow right through? There we go. Look at both sides like that. We got nice flow through here. I'll put a little more on this wire up here because there's some copper showing. There, it's completely covered now. We're done with our iron, so we're going to tin it. And we'll turn it off. So we'll open up our back piece here. Where's my Phillips screwdriver? I'm not going to go crazy looking for it. So we'll open it up with our flathead screwdriver. And that's not going to work. I know it's in here somewhere, but not frustrating is more important. And here it is. So we'll open up our screws here. Like this. Slide our conductors in through here. So we'll put our green wire under the ground terminal. Okay. See the copper, that's long enough to go through our pressure plate, so we'll get our insulation up to the bottom of the, I'm going to strip some more off because that is a little short. There we go. Okay, we'll stick it in there, make sure our insulation doesn't get pinched under the pressure plate here. There's where the top top of the pressure plate is. We'll just tighten it. Make sure it's nice and tight. We'll put see our white is our silver screw. And see, it's the silver screw is the wide slot, and that's the neutral. So we'll put our white in the under the silver terminal here. Phillips likes to hop like a bunny, and I love bunny rabbits. So we'll tighten it with our flathead, and we'll put our black under this brass screw, which is the narrow slot. So we'll stick it in here like this. Make sure our insulation's not pinched. Right there's where we want it. Make sure it's nice and tight. So there we are. Now we can slide our end up over it here. And we'll get our screws lined up here. There we go, we get it lined up here. And we'll just tighten our screws. The screws have nice big threads in them, so you can see how fast it goes in when I close the screw. Like that. And now we'll make sure our insulation is inside the clamp, which it is. So now I'll just get our wire centered into our plug here, or receptacle end of our cord here. I want the wire to go in on the center there. I want it to go in on the center. And have even pressure on both sides here. I'm going to loosen this up because it's a little uneven, so I'm going to just loosen this up some here. Now I can just turn this a little bit just to get our wire to go down in straight there. See how it's going in nice and straight now? And I want even pressure on both sides. Okay, so let's make sure it's snug. Okay, so we're going to plug this in and we're going to verify that it's hooked up correctly. It's nice, it has a green light in it to let you know that it's on. And we'll verify it's hooked up correctly by putting our no contact tester in the narrow slot.